4 pilot states in the country, which is huge. Since then, a few other states have come on board, but we really wanted to be on the forefront of this initiative and really work collectively and collaboratively together and kind of put our money where our mouth was so that we could really meet the needs of the new businesses looking to locate in the state, as well as our expanding businesses and existing businesses in our community. And really to do that, it required that truly public-private partnership. This is the first time in my professional career in workforce and community and economic development that these entities have come together at the state level for one purpose, in order to address this issue, to try to put South Carolina in the spotlight, to better skill up the folks and have those qualified workers in the state of South Carolina. It was alluded to, the number of agencies, the Department of Commerce was essential. I know that they were invited here today. Secretary Hitt and Deputy Secretary George Patrick were sad that they couldn't be here, but they have been instrumental in helping develop this framework in South Carolina. We started this back in November of 2011, and the state leadership team with all these agencies, State Tech, DO, Commerce, Folk, Rehab, SCMA, and with State Chamber as well. We've all been working to kind of build this framework in South Carolina. It has taken us a little longer than we wanted it to or expected it to, but as with every initiative, we wanted to make sure that we took a look at the best interest of the state and how we developed this program. We also had the opportunity to help build this framework nationally. Even though it looks a little bit different in the other states, we were kind of on the forefront of how do we do this? And how do we, get kind of credit on the back end for that? So it has been an exciting time. We're happy to be in the next phase with applications coming in and hopefully contracts being signed very soon. So what does a South Carolina Work Ready Community Initiative, what is it? It really is a community-based workforce and economic development effort in which it builds upon the infrastructure of work keys. And we've talked about that, so I'm not going to delve into a lot of the specifics with that. John alluded to product development. I mean, citizens are your product. It's just like sewer, just like water, just like road, just like bridges. Prospective and existing companies, they're looking for communities and states to have the product available when they need it. It has been mentioned that this initiative is done in partnership with ACT, who created this jobs skills assessment and the National Career Readiness Certificate, which is a portable industry recognized credential across the country. So we wanted to make sure that we had something that was a valid predictor, something that had the research done. They also created the college entrance exams. So we thought this was a really good partnership. And South Carolina has been doing these work keys assessments across the state for many years. We're bringing in jobs into the state of South Carolina, and all eyes are upon us with the Boeing, of course, right now. But from all the larger companies coming in and from kind of sucking up those workers that are qualified to do those jobs, then we have those jobs that need to be backfilled, and we need to make sure that we have that skilled pipeline in order to do that. This is kind of one tool in the toolbox. Again, we have been doing things to address this issue, either county by county or regionally like you all are doing here. But this is truly our way, South Carolina, the leadership, of really kind of stepping up and helping communities showcase that they do have the qualified and available workers, and to provide that platform and that framework of how communities can go about and showcase that to others. So one tool in the toolbox, we hope the more tools communities have, the more successful they'll be. Certified work ready components, there are 5 of them. The work keys assessment, of course, the 3 core assessments, reading, math, locating for information, are the essential ones. Again, we've been doing this in the state for years, but we've only been doing it in pockets of individuals in certain programs or vocational rehabilitation, or when companies required that of candidates. So this really is kind of giving us the opportunity to do these assessments for a cross-representation of folks. Like Dr. Pugh said, I mean, high school juniors and seniors, they're our emerging workforce. We've never had a resource to kind of really find out what those foundational skill sets are of students who graduate, who aren't going on to 2 or 4 year post-secondary education, and who meet the minimum foundational skills of the companies located right down the street from where they grew up. So this really is allowing us to broaden that in the emerging, high school juniors and seniors, as I said, in the transitional, which is unemployed. And we all know that that's kind of a large number right now, as well as adult education. And then in the current workforce, which includes both current, public and private sector employees, and kind of allowing them to know what their foundational skill sets. We've heard the term underemployed. This will allow those folks to maybe better position themselves. The National Career Readiness Certificate is obtained, again, nationally portable industry credential. That is obtained by meeting a minimum of 3 on those 3 core tests that we talked about. So individuals who are being assessed will have to meet that minimum, which then outlines what their foundational skill level is. Business support. Business support is essential in this endeavor, which is why you are all here. Again, a truly public-private effort. We have continued to do things in pockets, and we really kind of want to make sure that we're doing the right things. Industry is growing in South Carolina. We need to meet their needs. We want to keep them here. We want to retain them. We want to be able to provide them with all that is needed. And really what business support means in this initiative is really for the businesses to acknowledge that the counties are finally kind of stepping up and working with an initiative that's going to prove to them that they have the workforce needs to meet the future demands of the businesses in their area. Graduation rate improvements over a 3-year average by county. This is kind of huge. Companies who are looking to locate, they still look at graduation rates and when they're looking to locate in the state. And what we wanted to do when building this framework in South Carolina is, this is not going to be an overnight fix. This is a 2-year pilot, a 2-year initiative, and we know that things can't be fixed overnight. So we wanted to make sure that all counties and all school districts had the resources to kind of strive to do better. So we took the graduation rates. Not only has this been the first time that we have looked at county graduation rates. The Department of Ed never had county. They always had state graduation rates, and they had district graduation rates. They took their numbers and crunched them, and we have county graduation rates, and we are looking at 3-year averages. So school districts would need to meet a minimum as defined by the Department of Education, or they need to show improvement. So all communities are not going to be dinged because they maybe can't meet that minimum graduation rate. But as long as they show improvement, they're showing that they're taking this effort seriously. The final one, and this is not unique to South Carolina, we were pleasantly surprised when the 4 states got together in Charleston in September for one of our meetings that Oregon was doing the exact same thing. Soft skills is essential. We know that. We've heard businesses say this for years. Back in 2009, when I was at the Department of Commerce, we hired somebody to go out and have business forums in all 46 counties in the state to find out really what it was that businesses needed. And ding, 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 this was the resounding call. We need folks who can show up. We need folks who can show up on time. We need folks who can come the day after the Super Bowl or the day after the W-2 holiday or something like that, where people don't show up the day after they get their W-2s. So we felt it was really, really important for us as a state, in order to be a work-ready community, to have this soft skills piece. And so that is part of this process as well. So why in South Carolina? It comes down to basically three things. It's about business, it's about creating and retaining jobs, and it's about putting South Carolinians back to work. Resources has been, of course, a big question. Again, when the leadership in this state ventured into these waters, we wanted to make this as easy as possible for communities to be able to participate. Now, no soccer trophies going on here. Everybody's not going to get a trophy just if they play. This really is a way to provide the resources that communities need so that they can't come up with excuses to say, oh, we can't do that because there's no money. So we have pulled together, we have borrowed, we have really borrowed. We have taken funds from a variety of sources. Federal funds, state funds, private funds, and we have pulled our resources together in order for us to have a statewide contract. In order for work keys assessments for the 3 core tests to be able to be given at no cost to individuals, as well as the talent assessment. Now that's only like 1 test per year until we figure out if we're underrunning our number of tests or overrunning our number of tests. But really we want to make sure that with the county goals that are required for each county to obtain certification, that they have the resources to meet those goals and then some. Secondly, in the NCRC registration for individuals who do score that 3 or above on the 3 core basics, there is a registration fee and a printing cost that goes along with that. We're covering the cost of that as well. I think John talked about Career Ready 101. This is a tool that is an online courseware that can assist individuals, students, whomever. Practice tests. Go online. They'll be able to access this in any public entity, to include libraries and things of that nature. To be able to be prepared before they take this. We know we want to prepare folks. We want them to get the biggest bang for their buck. We want them to go ahead and score that 3 or more on the first time. And for those of you in this room, I would suggest when we hit the ground running, hopefully very soon, when we sign this contract, that you all go and take a look. It not only has the practice test for the 3 core, it also has the talent. So individuals will be able to go through some soft skills modules. It also has other modules attached to it that would be very, very beneficial. Finance, financial 101, finance 101 maybe, and interviewing skills and things like that. So those things will be available because we know that was an essential piece of it. And here is the biggest piece of the puzzle, I think. And again, job profiling is really a way to look at a job within a company to really outline the specific tasks associated with that. ACT also created this job profiling, and of course, what it does is it bridges that job specific with the work keys assessment. So individuals will know what they need to get that job, and companies will know what scores are needed for an individual to fill that job and be productive. So the leadership team has put some money on the table for job profiling for businesses who are located in work-ready communities. And before I jump into some questions and answers, I just want to say that I commend this area in the upstate. There are a number of counties who are feverishly working. Again, because this really has been out there, counties have had some time to get their steering committees together. And if you really kind of look back to what I talked about, these steering committees at the local level are no different than the steering committees at the state level. It requires certain individuals and entities to commit that they are going to see this through in their community. We had to commit that we were going to see this through in our state. And I think we really put our money where our mouth is, and we've spent a lot of time And we've been around different parts of the country learning how to do this and how the other states are doing this, and really kind of working together to how can we do this for the best interest of South Carolinians. So I do know that all 3 of the counties up here are putting in applications next Friday, right? Or maybe before. But some areas aren't where you are. And we are expecting, if we get 15 or 20 applications on this first round, we'll be ecstatic, I think. I think we'll see more. But I think it's a very exciting opportunity, and as Bobby Hitt likes to say, if one county is lit up and the other county next to them is not, people are going to say, well, why isn't our county lit up? Why aren't we participating in this? So it's going to be a little bit of a healthy competition, as he likes to say. So we are excited about the outcome and how this will play out in our state. Key elements here, again, that connection of job opportunities for job seekers. Really being able to allow individuals to know what their skill sets are and how to verbalize that in order for companies to hire them and know that they have what it takes to fill their jobs. You know, this is really going to create an inventory of skill sets. This is my favorite key point. You can't fix something until you know what you have. So this is going to be able to allow you the opportunity, communities, to create that inventory. What does it look like? If a percentage of our population is only scoring a 3 on these assessments, they really only qualify for about 16% of the jobs nationwide. Well, that would be a problem in today's modern technology. So that might be a deficiency that might need to be addressed as a result of this. You know, a county's best asset is their individuals, and this is a way to provide that snapshot of that at the county level. This is also a locally driven approach. Counties have the choice to participate. This is not a top-down. Like I said, we at the state level wanted to provide the platform so that no county would feel like they couldn't participate. We did want it open, but again, this is locally driven. Counties are required when they apply to identify a champion, somebody who's going to kind of corral the horses and say, okay, here is our end result, here is our final goal. How do we collectively work together to achieve this single outcome? The other thing I kind of want to emphasize is plans that you think may work may not be working in 6 months. And counties will have the opportunity to take a look at that. That's another role of the steering committee is, are we doing this right? Are we being successful? How can we do it better? Should we try a different tactic? So again, we're allowing the flexibility for counties and communities to try different things as the need arises. And wrapping it up and kind of your takeaway and what I want to charge you with is, you know, this is going to be a win-win for the state. We have 2 years to do this initial pilot. I always like to say if we fall on our face, we're still going to have positive outcomes from this. So again, it's going to benefit the state in our recruitment efforts and showcasing that we have the qualified candidates. It's also going to help communities come together collaboratively to address this issue. It's going to allow individuals to really know what those skill sets are and how to extend that to companies who are looking. And it's really going to be a business win for the businesses in the state, because hopefully we'll have that pipeline that's needed for your future demands. And so we're excited about that. So are you ready? Are you ready to go back to your communities and help with this initiative? Are you ready to go back to your communities and provide them with guidance and insight to meet the needs that you have? And are you ready to kind of work together, public and private partnership, to really achieve this? And we look forward to getting your applications. We look forward to working with you and providing the resources. And if you need anything from the state leadership team, please don't hesitate to call us.